if everyone would please move towards their seats, we will call the first meeting of the House Standing Committee on Banking and Insurance to order. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Representative All. Here. Representative Bauman.
Present.
Representative Bray. Representative Camille.
Here.
Representative Kleins. Here. Representative Duvall.
Here.
Representative Frazier Gordon. Representative Gooch. Representative Grossberg.
Present.
Representative Hampton.
Here.
Representative Hancock.
Here.
Representative Heverin.
Here.
Representative Lewis.
Here.
Representative McPherson. Representative Rudy. Representative Smith. Here. Representative Lockett.
Here.
Representative Pollock.
Here.
Chair Meredith.
Yes, sir. We do have a quorum and can proceed with our business. I do want to make a quick announcement. We do have several new members, new faces on the committee, some new to the legislature entirely, some just new to the committee, so I want to recognize each of them really quickly. Representative Bauman, new to the committee. Representative Camille, new to the committee. Representative Kleins, new to the committee and out at the table already. Representative Grossberg, new to the committee. Representative Hampton, new to the legislature and the committee. Representative Hancock, new to the legislature and the committee, and also Representative Heverin, new to the committee. So welcome all of you all. Look forward to working with you all through the next year and term. Does anybody have any guests they would like to recognize before we get started with the actual business of the agenda? I see none. So we will start by calling House Bill 184. Representative Kleins, please introduce yourself for the record, and then you may proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Mike Klein, State Representative, District 68. I consider House Bill 184 to be a continuation bill, specifically to continue the existence of the insurance regulatory sandbox.
Got a motion, Representative Lewis, a second, Representative Frazier Gordon. Any questions for Representative Kleins? Representative Pollock.
Representative Kleins, how big was your sandbox when you were growing up?
Big enough to hold all the cat feces that you could possibly put in a sandbox.
First time that one's ever come up.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
Hopefully the last. Anybody else got questions?
I've got a quick one, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, Representative All.
Why are we putting the time limit on this? I mean, we've already had to move it once. I see that there's a time limit to 2030 on it for next time. Is that a recommendation from the agency? Should we take the time limit off? What's the reason behind that?
That's a really good question. It was a 5-year timeline, and we modeled it after the previous legislation. There hasn't been anyone that utilized the regulatory sandbox for the insurance, so maybe if it's another 5 more years and no one uses it again, maybe it would be time to sunset it. Representative Pratt did pass a universal regulatory sandbox bill, but the insurance one is not included in that. It's because it was a carve-out. So maybe that could be something in the future, too, that it would blend in with Representative Pratt's bill from last year. Or 2023, I'm sorry.
Any other questions? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Representative All.
Yes.
Representative Bauman.
Yes.
Representative Bray. Representative Camille.
Yes.
Representative Kleins. Yes. Representative Duvall.
Yes.
Representative Frazier Gordon. Yes. Representative Gooch. Yes. Representative Grossberg.
Yes.
Representative Hampton. Yes. Representative Hancock.
Yes.
Representative Heverin.
Yes.
Representative Lewis. Representative Lockett.
Explain my vote, please. I'm going to vote yes, but only because of the phenomenal question of Representative Pollock, and that explanation was phenomenal. So I'm going to.
Representative McPherson. Representative Pollock.
Yes.
Representative Rudy. Representative Smith. Chair Meredith.
Yes. Representative Kleins, House Bill 184 does pass with favorable expression. Same should on the House floor. Thank you for being here and for your presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee.
Next, we will move along to House Bill 233. Representative Williams, if you and your guest would come forward, please identify yourselves for the record, and then we'll proceed with testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, for allowing me to present to you today. Today we're going to talk about House Bill 233, and my name's Wade Williams, representing the Kentucky Legislative District of District 4. So I think there's a committee sub maybe we can talk about first.
Yes. Got a motion on the sub. Representative Grossberg, second. Representative Lewis. Before we take the vote on the sub, could you tell us just a little bit about what the sub does from the original bill?
The sub actually just includes some technical amendments that reach out and touch some of the other and incorporate some of the other statutes. The staff was good enough to catch that and was able to pull those in and incorporate all those.
All right. Any questions about the sub? All in favor of adopting the sub, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Now the sub is before us. You can go on with the presentation about the rest of the bill. If you would introduce yourself for the record, Ms. Franklin.
Anne Marie Franklin, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance.
And then proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was going to do that, and I've forgotten. I don't know how I did that. So, as many of you know, we've had storm after storms. We've had tornadoes, windstorms, ice storms, flooding, you name it. And the insurance agencies, insurance companies in the state of Kentucky, along with our good men and women in the contracting world, have been there to respond to those events. However, we found that there's unfortunately always bad characters who want to come take advantage of people in some of the most vulnerable situations, and that's kind of what House Bill 233 does. It's a consumer protection bill above all else. It does three things mainly. One, it expands existing statutes. Expands statutes to all contractors, not just tree removal companies. It allows for a 5-day cancellation period between contracts between insured and contractors following notice from the insurer that not all service being provided are under the insurance policy. And it prohibits a mechanic's lien from being placed on the insured following a financial dispute between the insurance company and the contractor. Now, it does still allow for mechanic liens to be filed outside the scope of these.
I have a motion from Representative Pollock on House Bill 233 as amended by the committee substitute. I get a second from Representative Lockett. Are there any questions from members of the committee? Representative Smith?
Yeah. Just real quick, Mr. Chairman. I was on a tree trimming mindset. Did you mention that this expands it to all contracting? Roofing. So that this expands it to all contracting on them, making aware, them coming up and saying, "We'll fix this for you. It'll be covered by your insurance." They do the work. It's not covered by their insurance, so they put a lien on their property to get paid. So we're talking about, is this everybody that would do any work after a storm, or anybody that's brought in to do a job on the house, of it plumbing, electrician, all industries?
You want to?
Thank you, Representative Smith. This is only in relation to a property and casualty insurance claim.
Okay.
So it would be a contractor or tree debris removal company that would come in under the context of a property and casualty insurance claim, not outside of those parameters.
Okay. Well, I apologize then. Maybe I read too much into it when you said that it expands it into other areas. So we are back to tree trimming.
It's tree trimming and contractors that are working under a property and casualty insurance claim.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Representative Hall?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The $5,000 penalty that's mentioned in the legislation, where did that come from? Is that commonplace in most other states? How are we an outlier? And can we please index it to inflation. We've had 2 bills already this session where we're upping the amount of the fine or the regulation, and it's because it's not enough to sustain over time. And 5,000 today is not going to be 5,000 tomorrow. Thank you.
Is that an informal question?
Yeah. Why $5,000?
Okay, all right, that part of it. So I think that, the $5,000 I think is pretty industry standard when it comes to those, and in consultation with the Attorney General's office, it gives them enough teeth, I think, to be able to enforce that civil penalty as well.
And why not index it to inflation so we don't have to come back in 5 years and ask for more?
That's a valid point to do that. We just didn't really think about that part of it, and when you index civil penalties, I'm not sure what that index looks like, and I'm sure there is a number for it, but we thought this number is kind of consistent with the industry right now.
Thank you.
Representative Hancock.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to speak on this. Being in the insurance industry, this is an issue. I just had it happen within the past few weeks where Christmas Eve, an insured had water, so we sent a contractor out to clean up the water. It ended up not being a covered loss, and then they're on the line to pay these extraordinary, horribly high bills. So it is the 5-day, because there are a lot of times that insurance companies aren't covering what a contractor thinks they should be covering. So this just offers that extra layer of protection, and I appreciate it.
Any other questions from other members of the committee? Seeing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Representative All,
Yes.
Representative Bauman,
Yes.
Representative Bray, Representative Camuel,
May I explain my vote?
Please.
Thank you. I am a yes on this, and as probably a very good example of somebody who is in desperate need of this type of legislation. My family and I suffered a few losses during the catastrophic weekend that Hurricane Helene came through Kentucky and has done a number on our house. We've had an insurance company. I'll just give a shout out to them. I don't know if I can, if I can't, but State Farm, thank you so much. And we've worked with amazing contractors who have been flexible with us, and we're trying to navigate this type of situation. Never owned a home for 27 years, never filed a claim, but it is so confusing, and it happens at a time when you are you're so vulnerable and in such desperate need of trying to figure out what to do to fix the havoc that's happening inside and outside your home. So thank you for the legislation. I'm a yes.
Representative Klein's,
Yes.
Representative Duvall,
Yes.
Representative Frazier Gordon, Representative Gooch,
Yes.
Representative Grossberg,
Yes.
Representative Hampton,
Yes.
Representative Hancock,
Yes.
Representative Heverin,
Yes.
Representative Lewis, Representative Lockett,
Yes.
Representative McPherson, Representative Pollock,
Yes.
Representative Rudy, Representative Smith, Chair Meredith.
Yes. House Bill 233, as amended by the committee substitute, does pass with favorable expression. Same should on the House floor. I'll take a motion for consent. Oh, no, never mind. Representative Rudy doesn't let us do that anymore. Thank you all. It does pass favorable expression. Same shit on the House floor again. Any other members have anything before we adjourn?
Yes.
We appreciate that, Mr. Leader. Next meeting should be same time, same place, next Wednesday. Seeing nothing else before the committee, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion, Representative All, second. Representative Heverin. All in favor say aye.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee.
Adjourn.
Please step up, Heverin.